Hello, this is FASTECH. Today, I will introduce Ezi-POS H Series, a unit product that combines the Ezi-POS drive with a high-performance H-type motor. First, let's take a look at the model name of the Ezi-POS H Series. In the example model name, Ezi-POS EC, EC indicates the model type, meaning it supports EtherCAT communication. It supports various communication protocols such as EtherCAT, Ethernet, CC-Link IE TSN, and Profinet. In A2A, A represents the drive type, which is the standard type. 2 indicates the drive output, meaning a 200W output product. The final, A, represents the encoder input type. Ezi-POS H supports both absolute and incremental encoders. H indicates the motor type, meaning the high-performance H-type motor series. MXIT5F18AB represents the motor ID. There are 4 types available: 30 watt, 70 watt, 130 watt, and 180 watt, for both single-turn absolute and incremental encoders. In P66, P indicates a gearbox, and the gear ratio can be selected from 1 to 4 up to 1 to 66. Next, let's look at the drive specifications of the Ezi-POS H series. The main power input voltage is 24 voltage, and for the 180W motor drive, it is 48 voltage. The control power supply is DC 12 to 48 voltage. The PWM frequency is 25 kHz, and the current control cycle is 40 microseconds. The motor speed control range is from 0 to 8000 RMIN, and both absolute and incremental encoder interfaces are supported. The system detects various errors, and when an error occurs, it outputs an alarm signal and turns the servo off. It also includes a brake output connector for brake control and a separate connector for connecting a regenerative resistor. In addition, there are dedicated input ports for limit plus, limit, and origin, along with 2 programmable input ports and 3 programmable output ports. Next, let's review the motor specifications of the Ezi-POS H series. The motor type is a 3-phase BLDC motor. Each motor's rated torque, phase current, maximum instantaneous torque, and maximum instantaneous phase current are specified. The rated speeds are 30 watt, 7,770 revolutions per minute, 70 watt, 4,100 revolutions per minute, 130 watt, 3,910 revolutions per minute, 180 watt, 4,450 revolutions per minute. The maximum speeds are 30 watt, 8,000 revolutions per minute, 70 watt, 4,500 revolutions per minute, 130 watt, 4,200 revolutions per minute, 180 watt, 4,600 revolutions per minute. For encoders, the absolute encoder is a 12-bit single-turn type, and the incremental encoder has a resolution of 32,768 PR. The permissible load inertia is up to 20 times the rotor inertia. Now, let's look at the torque characteristics of the Ezi-POS H series motor. The Ezi-POS H series maintains rated output even above the rated speed and can operate up to a maximum of 8,000 RMIN. The operating range below the rated torque and rated output is called the continuous operation region, where continuous operation is possible. The peak torque is the maximum torque that can be generated for a short duration of a few seconds or less. Depending on the motor, peak torque can reach 120% to 150% of the rated torque. The region between the continuous operation area and the peak torque is called the short-time operation region. If the motor operates beyond the specified limits in this region, an overload alarm will occur. Now, let me introduce the key features and advantages of the Ezi-POS H series. Ezi-POS supports a wide range of industrial networks. It supports EtherCAT, Ethernet, CC-Link IE TSN, and Profinet communication, allowing it to meet various customer requirements. Ezi-POS uses a DC power input system that is compatible with battery operation. Ezi-POS has a main power input and a control power input, providing 2 separate power supply inputs. The main power is used to drive the motor and matches the motor's rated voltage. The operating voltage range is 80% to 120% of the rated voltage within 10 to 55 voltage. If the voltage goes beyond this range, overvoltage or undervoltage alarms occur, and the servo is automatically turned off. If the voltage deviates from 90% to 110% of the rated voltage, a warning signal is generated, although operation is not affected. The control power is used for control logic. Even without main power, communication, monitoring, and encoder functions operate as long as control power is supplied. The rated voltage is 12 to 48 voltage, and the operating range is 10 to 55 voltage. If control power is not supplied or is lower than the main power is used as the control power. Ezi-POS H allows encoder selection. An incremental encoder outputs pulse signals representing rotation, expressing relative position changes digitally. A single-turn absolute encoder digitally represents the absolute position within one full rotation. Ezi-POS H allows users to select the encoder type according to their application, making it adaptable to various environments. Ezi-POS supports safety functions. When an emergency occurs during operation or during maintenance, it is necessary to keep the motor in a servo-off state to protect operators and equipment. This function is called the torque-off function, which forcibly stops the motor. Ezi-POS includes two dedicated inputs, TQOFF1 and TQOFF2, for this purpose. When both inputs are activated simultaneously, Ezi-POS includes two dedicated inputs, torque-off1 and torque-off2, for this purpose. When torque-off is activated, power is no longer supplied to the motor. If the motor is running, it will stop due to inertia. While torque-off is active, servo-on commands are ignored, but all other drive functions continue to operate normally. Ezi-POS supports torque limiting and push motion functions. Torque limiting restricts the motor torque to a set value. It includes forward torque limit, reverse torque limit, and maximum torque limit, with a setting range of 0 to 255% of the rated torque. Push motion is a special torque control function provided by Ezi-POS. In addition to standard torque limits, push motion has its own torque threshold. When motor torque reaches this threshold during movement, push motion begins, and the motor continues moving toward the target position at a set speed. In stop mode, if an object is detected or the target position is reached, the motor stops and push motion ends. In non-stop mode, if an object is detected, the motor stops at that position and resumes movement when the object is removed. Even after reaching the target position, the operation continues until an explicit stop command is given. I will show you a demo using the torque limit function of the Ezi-POS. Ezi-POS provides an auto-tuning function. Auto-tuning automatically adjusts internal parameters and control gains to achieve optimal performance under various conditions. It consists of an inertia estimator and a gain tuner. The inertia estimator calculates the total inertia of the motor system. The gain tuner automatically drives the motor based on predefined motion, quickly finds optimal control gains, and applies them immediately. This function can be easily executed through user software. Ezi-POS provides user software for convenience. The software is divided according to the supported network. Main features include motion testing, I/O configuration and monitoring, alarm and warning monitoring, and parameter management. Next, I will show you a demo video using the Ethernet-based user software, Easy Motion plus GUI to configure parameters and perform operation test. Next, let's look at application examples of Ezi-POS. Ezi-POS, a DC input BLDC motor system, is widely used across industries. Due to its efficiency and precise control capabilities, it also supports multiple communication networks, allowing it to be used without changing existing systems. For example, it is used in collaborative robot joints and medical equipment in hospitals. In addition, it is used across various industries such as aerospace, defense, precision measurement, and mobility, and is particularly applied in sectors that require high precision and miniaturization. Lastly, I would like to present a demo using the Ezi-POS product. This concludes the introduction of the Ezi-POS H Series, a unit product that combines the Ezi-POS drive with a high-performance H-type motor. Product-related materials such as catalogs, manuals, and drawings, as well as demo and webinar videos, can be downloaded and viewed on the FASTECH website at www. Thank you for listening.